Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 23rd of July. India says Prime Minister Modi never asked for Trump to mediate over Kashmir. Afghan lawmakers question security heads over surge in violence. And into Nepal oil pipeline to supply diesel initially. And now for all the details. Floods in several parts of India's Bihar province have destroyed residential settlements completely, leaving just water bodies behind. However, situation in northeastern Assam province has become better as flood water has started receding.
Life has become a misery in India's eastern Bihar province, where flood water has destroyed residential settlements completely in several parts. Floods continue to wreak havoc in Bihar, with millions of people continuing to reel under the deluge. Locals in Naruar village of the province on Tuesday said that people are facing difficult times because of the heavy rains. Floods in Bihar have reportedly killed more than 90 people and displaced 11.5 million people this year.
सर यहाँ पे 40 से 50 घर हुआ करता था और आज के डेट में तो पता ही नहीं चलता है घर कहाँ है, हर जगह पानी ही पानी. ये इधर जो देख रहे हैं ये सभी घर ही था, तालाब बन चुका है हर जगह.
Meanwhile, water level in Brahmaputra river came below the danger mark and is receding in all districts of India's northeastern Assam province, the Assam State Disaster Management Authority confirmed on Tuesday. Assam is also reeling under massive floods triggered by heavy downpour, and at least 67 lives have been claimed by floods and 2 due to landslides. The monsoon brings heavy rains to the region between June and October, often triggering floods later.
India on Tuesday said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi never asked US President Donald Trump to help mediate with Pakistan over the Kashmir issue, after Trump's comments set off a storm of criticism. US President Trump on Monday said Modi had asked him during a meeting in Japan last month if he would like to be a mediator on Kashmir.
Indian government denied on Tuesday that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had asked US President Donald Trump to help mediate with Pakistan over the Kashmir issue. India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar said in the parliament that all outstanding issues with Pakistan are discussed only bilaterally. He added that the Shimla Agreement and the Lahore Declaration provide the basis to resolve all issues between India and Pakistan bilaterally.
No such request was made by the Prime Minister to the US President. I would also reiterate that it has been India's consistent position that all outstanding issues with Pakistan are discussed only bilaterally.
Trump, during a meeting with Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, had claimed that Prime Minister Modi requested him to mediate the long-pending Kashmir issue. He said that Modi had asked if he would like to be a mediator on Kashmir during a meeting in Japan last month. The Kashmir issue has been the heart of 2 of 3 wars between India and Pakistan since their partition following independence from British rule.
Moving on, several minority groups of Pakistan and from the territories under its illegal occupation held a protest in Washington on Monday against this Pakistani state and its security forces. They highlighted the gross human rights violations being committed by the Pakistani army against the minority groups.
Scores of protesters from various minority groups of Pakistan and from the regions under its illegal occupation held a protest in Washington on Monday against Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan's visit to the US. The protesters raised slogans against the Pakistani state and its army and highlighted the issue of enforced disappearances being used as a tactic to muzzle dissenting voices. They also blamed Pakistani Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa for imposing an unannounced martial law in the country. They demanded US President Donald Trump to help ensure an end to human rights abuses and not to provide any financial aid to Pakistan.
आज ये इस पोजीशन पे आ गए कि इन्होंने अनअनाउंस मार्शल लॉ लगाया हुआ है, ये जुडिशरी को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, मीडिया को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम को कंट्रोल करके रखा हुआ है. हर इनोसेंट की कत्ल के पीछे, इनफोर्स डिसअपीयरेंसेस के पीछे, पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स की स्पीचेस पे पाबंदी से लेके उनके लोगों के मारने से लेके उन सब के पीछे ये चेहरा है.
Meanwhile, several supporters of Imran Khan also tried disrupting the demonstration and kept provoking the protesters, which further resulted in a series of verbal altercations between the two groups. Activists have long blamed that Pakistani media has completely blacked out the issue of human rights violations in the country. They have been protesting worldwide to seek help from the international community and human rights organizations.
In news from Afghanistan, the Afghan government has asked for clarity on the remarks of US President Donald Trump, in which he said he could win the Afghan war in just 10 days by wiping out Afghanistan, but he did not want to kill 10 million people.
The Afghan government on Tuesday called for clarity on the US President Donald Trump's remarks, in which he said he could win the Afghan war in just 10 days by wiping out Afghanistan, but did not want to kill 10 million people. The office of Afghan President Ashraf Ghani asked for clarification via diplomatic means and channels. The statement said that while it supports the US efforts for ensuring peace in Afghanistan, the government underscores that foreign heads of state cannot determine Afghanistan's fate. US President Trump made the comments during the visit by Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan to the White House, where the two discussed a number of bilateral issues, including ending the war in Afghanistan. Trump said that Pakistan was helping the US extricate itself from Afghanistan, where the United States was acting as a policeman rather than fighting a war.
We've been there for 19 years, and we've acted as policemen, not soldiers. And again, if we wanted to be soldiers, it would be over in 10 days, 1 week to 10 days if we wanted to. But I have not chosen that. Why would we kill millions of people? It wouldn't be fair. In terms of humanity, it wouldn't be fair. So we're doing very well, and I think that Pakistan is going to be a big help.
Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi on Tuesday said that Donald Trump has accepted an invitation by Prime Minister Imran Khan to visit Pakistan. Qureshi was addressing a press conference in Washington after meetings were held between the senior leadership of both countries.
More news from Afghanistan. Afghan lawmakers summoned heads of security agencies in the parliament to brief them about a surge in violence in the country in recent weeks. Several attacks by Taliban have been reported in Afghanistan, despite the terror group's assurances to reduce violence.
Afghanistan in recent weeks has seen surge in violence despite government's persistent assurances that the situation will improve and the Taliban's backbone will be broken. Afghan lawmakers on Monday summoned heads of security agencies in the parliament to brief the legislative body about the dramatic surge in the violence in the country. A lawmaker from capital Kabul said that weakness of the security officials was one of the main reasons for the deteriorating situation in the country.
نگرانی نمایندگان مردم در مورد محدود شدن ساحه حاکمیت دولتی، افزایش ناامنی‌ها در شهرها و تقاریرهای سلیقه‌ای از موضوعاتی بوده که در مجلس روز شنبه مطرح شد.
معلومات از کسانی می‌خواهیم که خود این افراد دستشان به خون مردم آغشته است. خود این مردم در جنگ ما دخالت دارند.
Since the session's quorum was not adequate to ask the security heads to brief the lawmakers about the security situation, the Parliament Speaker Mir Rahman Rahmani announced that the session with the Ministers of Defence, Interior and the head of the National Directorate of Security will be held behind closed doors. This comes as heavy clashes are ongoing between government forces and the Taliban in different parts of the country.
In news from Nepal, Indo-Nepal oil pipeline, which is expected to start commercial operation next month, will supply only diesel initially for a certain period, as per the Nepal Oil Corporation. The construction of the project is expected to ensure smooth supply of petroleum products to Nepal and also notably reduce transportation costs.
Deputy Executive Director of Nepal Oil Corporation or NOC, Sushil Bhattarai has said that Amrohi-Amlekganj oil pipeline between India and Nepal will supply only diesel initially. Bhattarai said the demand for diesel in the country is so high that even if the pipeline project supplies only diesel, it will be a great achievement, a local media reported. He further clarified petrol and kerosene will also be supplied through the pipeline, but only after supplying necessary quantity of diesel. The cross-border pipeline was first proposed in 1996. However, the project finally edged closer to reality during Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Kathmandu in 2014. The two governments inked an agreement to execute the project in August 2015. The construction of the project, which began in April 2018, is expected to ensure smooth supply of petroleum products in the country and also notably reduce transportation cost for NOC.
Sarthal Valley in India's Jammu and Kashmir province is developing as a popular destination for honeybee tourism. Beekeepers in the area are working hard to tap the potential of natural resources important for the upkeep of honeybees and produce good quality honey.
The scenic beauty of Kashmir Valley in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has been attracting tourists from across the globe for years. Now adding one more tourist destination to the list is Sarthal Valley in the province that is developing as a popular spot for honeybee tourism. Beekeepers in the region are working hard to tap the potential of the natural resources, which are important for keeping the honeybees intact and produce good quality honey.
ये इसका सीज़न यहाँ अप्रैल महीने से लेके अगस्त 15 तक चलता है। अगस्त 15-20 तक तकरीबन चलता है। उसके बाद नीचे हम माइग्रेशन कर लेते हैं। तो सरथल में इस हनी बीज को देखने के लिए बाहर से टूरिस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा आता है और इस शहद की तकरीबन डिमांड भी बहुत ज़्यादा है लोगों को।
इसका पोटेंशियल बहुत ज़्यादा है यहाँ पे और न कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ये अगर इसकी प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाई जाए तो मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ इस इलाके का भी फ़ायदा होगा और एक निहायत ही जो शहद के लिए सबसे अच्छा शहद माना जाता है और जो बेस्ट क्वालिटी ये शहद प्रोड्यूस करते हैं वो ग्लोबल मार्केट में भी आप एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं.
Beekeeping generates livelihood for the honey producers, and now the increased number of tourists visiting the region helps them earn extra income. The business is becoming popular at the time as reports have surfaced that honeybees are on the verge of extinction, which could be disastrous for the ecosystem.
Proving that passion has no age bar, a non-Aghanarian has been practicing and teaching wrestling in India's southern Tamil Nadu province. He has been teaching wrestling to students at his traditional gym with mud arena for the past over 70 years.
Beating all odds, a non-Aghanarian residing in India's southern Tamil Nadu province practices and teaches wrestling. V.K. Palani, who is 93 years old, runs a traditional gym with mud arena in Madurai district of Tamil Nadu and uses stones as gym equipment. He has been teaching kushti or wrestling to students in his gym since the past 75 years to both young and old alike.
ஆரம்பித்து இதுவரை கிட்டத்தட்ட 75 ஆண்டுகளாக தொடர்ந்து செயல்பட்டு வருகிறது. இதில் மாணவர்களும் இளைஞர்களும் நல்ல ஒழுக்கத்தோடு கெட்ட பழக்கங்கள் இல்லாமல் நல்ல பழக்கத்தோடு உடம்பை பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும் என்று இந்த புதியுக வாலிப திரைப்படசாலையின் சார்பாக நாங்கள் நடத்தி வருகிறோம்.
Palani teaches different wrestling tactics and moves in a field which is pre-shoveled to make the soil favorable for wrestling. Unlike conventional wrestling, which is performed in the ring, Kushti is a form of Indian wrestling which is performed in the soil and focuses mainly on grappling.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India says Prime Minister Modi never asked for Trump to mediate over Kashmir. Afghan lawmakers question security heads over surge in violence. And Indo-Nepal oil pipeline to supply diesel initially. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.